All right, here we go. Hello and welcome to Daily with Doc. Please open up the doors as we are live. Yes, we really are live. If you are catching us on Thursday from 12 to 1 p.m. Pacific time, that is when we are here providing information that empowers you as an individual to make choices, decisions that actually can either benefit or harm your health if you're not making the right ones, folks. So we are bombarded with information as we are part of an information system where we can grab knowledge, good or bad, from so many different sources on the internet, through our phones, through our computers, through radio, through podcasting. There is a lot of information going on out there. Well, with our program, Daily with Doc, we have a doctor that we present and just, I don't know what the best word would be, but because of the differences that I have had in my life following this doctor, after being passed on from doctor to doctor, trying to figure out what was wrong with me, and then basically being pushed off to pain management, when I found the doctor that we have on our show that is the doc of Daily with Doc, I was able to get solutions and find resolution to all the things that I had ailing me. And many of them I was told were genetic and I would just have to live with it. Well, fortunately, science of epigenetics proved that the theory of disease transmission is incorrect. And I have a book that actually gave me the hope in knowing that I was not stuck with a genetic disease. So folks, if you have been told that you have a genetic condition or a condition you're just going to have to deal with, chances are there is a solution that can help you help yourself as an empowered individual. And that is one of the things that we share here on Daily with Doc. My name is Becca Dukes, as the Director of Student Services for the Institute of Holistic Health, and also the hostess of this program and a team trainer for Critical Health News. I am honored to be able to be here with you today. If you'd like to join us live, you're more than welcome to do so at DailywithDocZoom.com. That's DailywithDocZoom.com. And again, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. As Friday, we have Pharmacist Fridays. So without further ado, hello and welcome everybody. For those of you who are here live in the Zoom room with us, then make sure that you have that chat option open, because our co-hosts are putting information in that chat that then lets you read in black and white or whatever color you have your text messaging in on the Zoom what is being said. So Marilyn does a fantastic job with transcription and putting that information there for you as well. If you're out on one of the different platforms, we welcome you to share, like, subscribe, comment, whatever it is that allows you to be able to let us know that you are there. Please do so. And if you have questions and would like to ask questions but not able to reach us here live on the Zoom, make sure that you email us at questions@dailywithDocZoom. No. questions@dailywithdoc.com. So again, that's questions with an S at dailywithdoc.com. Or you can call our team 855-949-3377. And this is primarily for those who have never spoken to anybody about longevity or Dr. Wallach before, who have not been referred by somebody. Because if you were referred by somebody, somebody cared enough about you and took the time to share this program and this information with you. Make sure that you get back with them. Ask them about what you can do to empower yourself through nutrition, and also let them know what you liked best about our program. So we are a resource for an amazing community, and we want to make sure that we keep the integrity of that community, as we just absolutely love and adore our community and want to support them. So make sure that you get back with the person that shared this information with you and support them as well. Well, today we are going to be talking about something that is all around us, good and bad, things that we want and don't want. And that has to do with bacteria. And to talk about bacteria, we have the one and only, no other, Dr. Joel Wallach, who has a Bachelor of Science in Plant and Soils, Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, 3 postdoctorates in pathology. I think there's a little bit of bacteria there, folks. You want to listen up because he might know something about it. And also a degree in naturopathic medicine. So, Dr. Wallach, hello and welcome to Daily with Doc.
Hello, Becca, and hello, team. Thank you so much, as usual. You guys and gals do such a great job. I can't thank you enough for setting things up. And of course, we're surrounded by the good guys and the bad guys, you know. And the bacteria come in 2 major shapes. Okay, they're bacilli, which are bar shapes. They can be kind of also like a C, okay, or a straight bar. They can be like a, what do you call it, where you throw a boomerang, okay, and there's
Oh,
sort of
so
C
like
shape.
you're talking about the shape. So like
Yeah,
a
the
C
shape,
or a
C shape,
shape
yeah.
or a line.
Yeah,
Okay.
And then the cocci, staphylococci, streptococci, they're dots like peas, okay,
Okay.
and so they cause disease, they infect you. Now, there's good guys you want because they can actually fight the bad guys. They can also make poorly digestible foods into digestible foods. They're involved in making wine and beer and things like that. Okay, so there's a whole spread of these bugs. And again, to protect yourself, I like on the outside, Youngevity has a wonderful thing we call the hand sanitizer. Okay, it's got a lot of alcohol in it, so you don't want to put it on open wounds. But if you're going to count out your pills and stuff like that, you put this on your hands. And so if you just moved a chair or something like that, or pat your dog, you're not going to get bugs that way to go on your vitamins and minerals. Okay. And then our colloidal silver, okay, that goes back thousands of years ago. Okay, colloidal silver looks like water, tastes like water, no alcohol in it. It's so safe you can put it in baby's eyes, and it will kill all the bugs, including the good bugs. It will kill the good bugs and the bad bugs. Okay, so you got to know what you're doing when you use it. And so those 2 things have kept me well, okay, over the past 75 years, so to speak, okay, because I've been dealing with people by the thousands every year. They hug you and shake your hands and give you a kiss and all this kind of stuff. And they pass on these bugs, okay? And there's salmonella and there's tetanus and there's all these things. Yeah, I see you with raising your finger. Yeah.
Question. So can we see bacteria? You talked about the shapes, the bars, the like the boomerangs, the C's, the dots. Those are things that you saw on slides when you're looking under a microscope,
Under
right?
the microscope. Yeah, you're not going to see them with
Okay.
your naked eye.
Okay. Now, and you just talked about the things that we can do on the outside, but I still think soap and water is going to be your first step. And then that's secondary as far as the hand sanitizer goes, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
soap,
then you've got
soap
the
and water, you
colloidal.
want to be sure to use that, before you go to the bathroom, after you go to the bathroom. You want to use it before you eat and after you eat, and so forth. And this is when you go to meet people, you're leaving the house to go shopping, you're going to the movies, you want to be sure to take these little bottles of hand sanitizer with you, put them in your purse, your pocket, your briefcase, and use them where appropriate. Same way with the colloidal silver. Don't be bashful. You can use it, a couple of droppers full under your tongue, say 4 or 5 or 10 minutes before breakfast, before lunch, before dinner, before bedtime. I've been doing
And
that.
what does it do, Doc?
Huh?
What does that do when you use colloidal silver before eating?
Yeah, a dropper full under the right side of your
What
tongue,
does
and a
it
dropper
do?
full on your left side of your tongue.
Why would you do that? Was
Because,
my question.
oh, well, it's because you want to be killing any bacteria or viruses that you're in contact with. It's either in the food and the people you're sitting at the table with, the servers. Bugs come at you from all kinds of through the air, and so you really have to protect yourself, because you're being swamped with these little critters, and you must, if you're eating well and taking all your 90 essential nutrients, you're supporting your immune system from the inside, but you also want to lower the load of the bad guys on the outside. And this is where the colloidal silver, okay, and the hand sanitizer come in. These are great, very economical products, and this will keep you, or at least reduce the chances of you getting sick. And if you do get sick, it significantly reduces a very, very bad result of getting sick.
So what can we do, Dr. Wallach, on the inside? Because we have an immune system. Isn't our immune system, if it's strong, able to help us even when we get bacteria, bad bacteria within us? If we have the good bacteria, higher load of good bacteria, that it like suppresses the bad bacteria, so it reduces sickness or prevents us from becoming sick?
Well, they compete for space, and they compete for food and so forth with the bad guys. And so um, you really, really have to be taking your 90 essential nutrients to support your good guys. Okay. And the bacteria are transmitted from one person to another. Okay. Through the air, through water, food, um, things like your dog jumping from one to another, their cat jumping from one to another, sitting on a couch that somebody just came from the bathroom and they didn't wash their hands and they sat on the couch and they left and you sat on the couch and picked up their poopy bacteria and all that kind of stuff. And so it's one of those things where you really, your environment is full of potential danger. Okay. So this is something you really, really have to deal with. When you talk about what does your body do? What part does your body play? Well, one of your best friends is your bone marrow because it makes white blood cells. The white blood cells kill viruses and bacteria, the bad guys. Okay. And so you really, really want to take in your 90 essential nutrients. And you want your bone marrow to be putting out good, healthy white blood cells. Okay. And they
Okay.
come in many forms, the white blood cells. Some that are very aggressive and motivated and modal, and some are kind of stationary. Also, the good bacteria support your immune system. Okay. And so, and we're talking about tetanus, and we're talking about, you step on something, you puncture yourself, and you get an infection with a bug that produces a toxin that paralyzes you.
Mm.
Okay, you've
Yeah,
heard tetanus, yeah.
that wouldn't be good. Not
No,
at all. So, Dr. Wallach, is there anything that we can do intentionally to make sure that we have the good bacteria in our systems to help keep that balance within the digestive flora?
well, yeah, what you need to do is make sure you're eating good food, including vegetables and fruit and beans and things like that. Okay. Um, I like berries, chocolate, all these things support healthy bacteria populations. Okay. And it's always kind of a a battle. They're constantly battling the good guys against the bad guys against the good guys. And so this is not something you're going to do only on Friday night at dinner or once a month when you go out to eat. This is something you have to do every time you take a breath, every time you eat, every time you drink something. You need to be giving your good guys the good stuff, and they will protect you when you do that. Okay. And the bad bacteria can cause diarrhea. Okay. All kinds of bad things, including ulcers and whatnot in your digestive system. And then let's see here. You want to.
How about things like the enzymes? You know, you talk about the ultimate enzymes. Not only do they have the ox bile, but they also have probiotics in there, which are good bacteria. We also, longevity has the Flora FX, the root beer belly, all of these things that have the good bacteria. Are those beneficial in helping with the digestion?
Yes, because when you have a large population of good bacteria, they're eating the food and pushing the bad bacteria away. They're competing with the bad bacteria. And so you want more good bacteria, obviously, than you want bad bacteria. And so it's a constant thing. Okay. And we're not even talking about viruses. We're just talking about bacteria here. And so the nice thing about bacteria is the bad ones, they're susceptible to antibiotics, and they're susceptible to sanitizers and disinfections. They're susceptible to things like penicillin, okay, and colloidal silver, tetracycline, and those kind of
When you
things.
say susceptible, you mean they
You can,
lose when
yeah,
they come in contact with those things.
yes.
Okay. Okay. And also, Dr. Wallach, I know that whenever we take the 90 essential nutrients, our cells become healthier throughout the whole entire body, including the supporting the bone marrow that you had mentioned as part of our immune system. So I like to say that I wear my immune system on the inside. And then, of course, cleanliness. Nothing is going to beat being clean, whether it's you yourself or your environment that you live in. Well, we can't get away from all the bacteria, but we want to be able to function if we do come in contact with some of the bad bacteria so that our body knows how to respond to it and push it out.
That is correct. And if you have all the soldiers waiting in the right place, when the bad guys come along, your body gives a whistle, and the good guys come out there and confront the bad guys. Okay. The good bacteria and your white blood cells will confront the bad bacteria. We're not even talking about viruses yet. And so it's one of those things where when you think about it, all the people that we come in contact with at grocery shopping, at school, at work, our family meetings, and so on. And even going to the doctor and waiting in the waiting room, and they're in there in the waiting room coughing and sneezing and sneezing in their hands and putting their hands on the rails on the seats and so forth. And you come sit down there and you pick up the rails on the seats to move the chair. You're getting that snot from the person who was there before you got there. And so you're constantly confronted with the bad guys. And so if you are going to avoid all the bad stuff, you can, but it's got to be proactive. You've got to be thinking about it constantly. This is not something you can just think about once a year, at Christmas party.
Well, I agree. We have to be conscious of our environments and we have to be intentional in doing things to help protect us. But I don't think we need to live in fear, Dr. Wallach,
No,
when it comes
you
to
live in
that.
education. You live in education. Okay.
Yes.
Um, these two books.
I've got those books.
Okay, good. The Wallach Revolution, Let's Play Doctor. That book, Let's Play Doctor, the book and the CD, we have sold, I don't know, something like 25 million copies, okay, around the world.
Well,
And
now Let's Play Doctor. He had the 400 million.
yes,
I
dead doctors don't lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, 400 million copies sold around the world. Okay. And then, of course, well, there you go. You got the same book I got. What do you know about that?
Look at that.
And so it's one of those things where the information is there. It's actually quite economical. And the nice thing about it is, you spend your 20 bucks or whatever it is, or 18 bucks for the books. And then you get a nice big discount if you buy 10 of them at one time, and you can give them to your family as gifts. You can sit there, after your prayer before you eat your meal. You can go to, okay, Susie, had to leave school because she had diarrhea, and they took a culture and they said she had salmonella. Okay. And she may have picked it up from a puppy dog somewhere, or a cat, or a chair that somebody else was sitting in. And so we need to make sure everybody's washing their hands and, taking all these nutrients and everything, and support yourself on the inside. And then don't forget, we do longevity. We do have bar soap, I believe. Okay, in longevity. So you need to be using soap, and I take the soap with me. So in case I'm out in the wilderness someplace and there's no soap, you can push the button and get a squirt of soap. I have my soap with me. Then I'm always,
Wilderness, are you talking about civilization where people reside and are just, some of them act like animals?
well, yeah, they don't take care of themselves when it comes to making sure they're either reducing the population of the bugs and protecting themselves. Okay, when you live in places where there's a lot of traffic, like if you work in an airport, or you work in a school, or you work at a bus stop, or you work in a grocery store, you work in a pharmacy, there's constant traffic of people who are sick. You have to really take care of yourself so you don't bring all those bad guys home to your family. Okay. And so everybody's got to take the 90 essential nutrients. You got to use a hand sanitizer. You got to use the colloidal silver. Don't forget the hand sanitizer. I got to show it. Okay. And get these books and read a couple of pages. Okay. Before bedtime, or during a snack, during a break, or during you're watching football and it's halftime. And so at halftime, kind of goes through some of these things, going to add 10, 15, 20 years to people's lives.
Well, I think the other options that you read or mentioned, rather than at dinner time, would be the better time to talk about bacteria, Dr. Wallach, really.
Mm-hmm.
But we all need to be conscious of what is going on around us, the good and the bad, and making sure that we are intentional in putting in the good. And Mark here in the Zoom with us mentioned one of my favorites that I do at nighttime, and that is the nightly essence. So instead of adding, or in addition to the things that I do throughout the day to make sure that I got the good bacteria on board, at nighttime while my body is resting, I've got the good bacteria doing its work as well with the nightly essence by Longevity. Now, folks, if any of the products that we're mentioning here, these have been tested, tried, true. They go through the IFOS testing to confirm that what is said on the outside of the bottle is actually what is inside the bottle. You can get back with the person that shared this program with you and ask them how they get the products. Chances are they may even have their very own store where they can help you get the products that are mentioned on this program. If there's no one to thank, go to DailywithDoc.com and check out our store, as we have everything that is mentioned on this program there as well. Now, Dr. Wallach, let's talk about some of the most common bacterial infections. Okay, so we have things like ear infections, throat infections, which I think you mentioned the streptococcus, like strep throat. But there's also like bacterial vaginosis. There's some sexually transmitted bacteria, like that are found with chlamydia, gonorrhea, syphilis. I mean, there's so many different things, and I know actually I don't know. I appreciate the fact that you know how to say all these things. But even cellulitis and impetigo are bacterial infections, urinary tract infections, which can affect our mind. And then there's like meningitis that affects the brain and the spinal cord, blood infections, which is one that really frustrates me, with sepsis,
Sepsis.
because after we had gotten my sister healthy, she got exposed to sepsis, Dr. Wallach. So all of these different bacterias, they're around us. So the most common things are caused by bacteria. But if we have our system strong, then we have the opportunity to go work through these bacterial infections and come out better on the other side. Is that right?
Yes, when you look back in history, and they had all these plagues, and they were bacterial plagues, there would be whole villages wiped out. Hundreds of people would be killed by infections of these bacteria. And say 10, 15, 20 miles away was a similar village, and they didn't have one person die because they had minerals in the soil which supported the growth and population of the good guys, the good bacteria, okay, which competed with the bad bacteria for the food and the space and protection and so forth. And so you look back in history, why did these plagues wipe out this village over here and 25 miles away? This village didn't lose one person, okay? And I'm sure that the wind was blowing those bacteria around, and the rabbits were carrying them from one farm to the next, and so forth. And so it had to do with the person having a substantial immune system because they were getting the raw materials, vitamins, minerals, essential fatty acids. All those things were necessary to provide for the good guys to actually compete with the bad guys.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Wallach. And, before we close out on this topic, what would you recommend as a protocol for somebody who is dealing with some of these most common bacterial infections, including, well, let's just pick one. So H. pylori, that's a bacterial, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So we get people all the time wanting to know, what can I do to overcome H. pylori? What would Dr. Wallach recommend?
Well, there's a whole litany of antibiotics that they give orally for H. pylori, which is a gastrointestinal bacteria, okay? And it's one of those things where, again, your goal here is to support your immune system with nutrition. So your white blood cells go kill and eat the bad guys. Okay, that's what the white blood cells do. They come through the bloodstream and they go to the war zone and they kill and eat the bad guys. And then you take the 90 essential nutrients to support your immune system so your bone marrow can make the white blood cells and antibodies. Okay, and so it's a whole lot of things going on at the same time. It's not just, well, I'm going to take this antibiotic. Although in some cases, you can take an antibiotic and it'll drop the numbers, okay, of these bad bacteria significantly very quickly within hours, which is a big blessing. Okay, so you're not going to be sick in bed for a week or a month or whatever it is. You'd be just maybe sick for a couple of days. And so you want to use as much modern technology as you can, but at the same token, based on what you do for a living, how many times you're contacting other people, how many, what type of work do you have, you need to be taking not only the 90 essential nutrients for your own protection, but also to make sure that you're not transmitting bad guys to somebody in your family or to somebody you work with and so on.
Well, I know with the prescription antibiotics, they kill off the good and the bad. Does that make it even more important that we're intentional in putting the good back in?
Oh yeah. The antibiotics are not they don't say, oh, you're a good guy, you can stay here.
Right.
Okay. And so when you take an antibiotic to kill a bacteria, you're going to be killing For instance, like penicillin. Penicillin is going to kill Streptococcus, Staphylococcus. It's not going to kill a lot of gram-negative bacteria, okay, ones that are found in the digestive tract, okay? So that's why they have tetracycline, because they kill gram-negative bacteria that you find in the digestive tract. So you have all these different types of antibiotics based on what they do. And so you have to be careful when you take antibiotics. Oh, I got grandma's antibiotics here. I'll take these. Well, it might not be the one that's going to kill the bug you have.
Right. That's right. Well, and something that Carrie, she's here, mentioned that reminded me, like when you're traveling, Dr. Wallach, you had mentioned you have a hand sanitizer, but we also have something called Enviromist that comes in a travel size. It's only 2 ounces, so you can even take it through security. And what it does is, as you spray it through the air, it helps to kill and drop those pathogens and bacteria that are floating around in the area. Like if you're going to a hotel and spray the bedding, spray the pillowcase, the countertops, just to help to give you that extra little layer of protection in making sure that what might have been missed has the opportunity to, go away when it comes to that bad bacteria. So I love the Nature Direct line, Dr. Wallach, also with their extra strength, super strength cleaner. I use that on all of my counter surfaces, and of course the Enviromist. And then we have, I don't think you can see it in my picture. No, can't really see it in my background there. Yeah, you can, right there. Is my cleaner that cleans my air, and then has the solutions that help to clean it as well. So a lot of great things that we can do as individuals. We're not helpless, folks. There are things that have been created through great minds like Dr. Wallach and others to help us be able to lead a healthy, productive life. And Let's Play Doctor, it was one of my first books that I purchased, that and Let's Play Herbal Doctor. As an herbalist, that one really caught my attention. And you can get your books at drjwallach.com with Wellness Publications. So, Dr. Wallach, we have several hands up. And Sarah brought up something else, Dr. Wallach. So I-26, it actually goes in, and I think there's 28 different pathogens that it's effective against taking care of, pushing out of the system. And Sarah, you're asking for a list of those. And if you could send us an email, questions@DailywithDoc.com, that will remind me to get that list put up. So thank you so much for that. And Dr. Wallach, let's go to the first question. And we have AJ with his hand up. AJ, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Good day, Dr. Wallach.
Good day, sir. What's going on?
I got a question here from Facebook. Before I asked the question, I forgot to mention yesterday that you have so many people saying thank you, Dr. Wallach, and what a gift you are. And I just want to make sure that I pass that along.
Okay, well, thank you for all the kind words, everybody. We're family, and we're here to help each other. We're here to help the world. And that's why our flip chart, 90 for life, to save humanity and the world, okay? We have some great news, okay, about Parkinson's disease and CWD. This was first described, Rebecca was first described back in...
You're talking about Parkinsonism and the first steps of it, or when it was actually called Parkinson's?
No, in the first steps was what, 5,000 years ago it was first described?
5,000 BC.
Yeah,
is when
5,000
they
BC.
first have record.
Okay, and let's talk about, the tremors and all that kind of stuff. Okay, it was described back then, 5,000 years ago. And then it was called Parkinson's disease when?
Was it 1817, I think, is
18
whenever
something, yeah, 18 something, after a doctor, an English doctor by the name of Parkinson's. Okay. And so now we know what's causing it, how to prevent it and reverse it. And so we're coming out with a big article here pretty soon. And it's going to blow everybody's mind what we know about Parkinson's disease and CWD. They're actually the same disease.
Yeah, you're always discovering stuff, Doc. We have a woman named Donna, and she wants to know what treatment to use for a 1-year-old child's eczema with red splotches on the neck and back of the knees and thighs. And the child is 30 pounds and about 18 months old.
Okay, got to get rid of all the bad stuff. Everybody's got to wash their hands. Everybody's got to use the hand sanitizer, colloidal silver. You can even give the colloidal silver to the little kid. Okay, a couple of drops under the tongue, say 10 minutes for each meal, 10 minutes for bedtime. And then the hair, skin, and nails. Okay, to support normal, healthy function of hair, skin, and nails. Okay, but they also have to get away from the bad stuff, which includes fried foods, processed meats, oils, glutens, wheat, barley, rye, oats, buckwheat, sugar, carbonated drinks. Even the diet one's got to go to maximize absorption. And the skin has an enormous capacity to heal very quickly. Okay, and again, hair, skin, and nails. You can just open up the capsules and put a little applesauce or something like that and give it to the baby. Okay, and so the eczema in a 1-year-old child should be very easy to deal with, but you got to get rid of the bad stuff to make sure absorption is happening. Okay, and again, I like for kids, we have one I have here. It's called Kids Toddy. It's liquid,
Yes.
it tastes good, and it has all the vitamins and minerals in it that baby needs. Okay, and it gives you the dosage per weight and everything right on the label. So Kids Toddy is a wonderful thing for a child like this. But don't forget the hair, skin, and nails.
Does the child need the EFAs, or will the hair, skin, and nails cover that?
It wouldn't hurt. It's got some in there, but it wouldn't hurt to take some more EFAs. The EFAs, you can go ahead and puncture the EFA and squirt it in the baby's mouth, and they'll go blah, 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 and they'll swallow it.
Yep.
And thank you, Doc.
Thank you, AJ, for bringing Donna's question in from Facebook. So hello to our Facebook audience. And also we've got YouTube audience out there, and then our live audience, and all over the place, including Brighteon and Rumble. So hello to all of our audiences, including our radio audience out on KSCO, KOMY. And if you're on another radio program, let us know that you're there. Send in your call letters to questions@dailywithdoc.com. We have such a smart audience, Dr. Wallach, as they're coming in and sharing. Youngevity also has the killer biotic, which includes colostrum and mushrooms that are proven to be antibacterial, antifungal, antimicrobial, antiviral. We've got the microbiome, which has some of those mushrooms in it to help support the immune system, plus has the I-26 in there. Just lots of great things that Youngevity has put together under Dr. Wallach's guidance, making sure that the body is supported. Let's go to TC. Let's see, TC, can you unmute and can we hear you today?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Go
I
ahead.
had problems with my microphone yesterday, but you got me now. Okay. Last week, I told you about my mother who's 94 years old, 90 pounds, osteoporosis, and a blood clot. And you said for her to take the bone and joint pack, the rebound, and vitamin D3. But I just wanted to check because she is on blood thinner. So is that wise for her to take the EFA fish oil, being on that Eliquis blood thinner? Would that be a bleeding problem? I know the pack has glucogel in it, but I just wanted to check.
Glucogel is for collagen. Okay, the EFAs is for cell walls, for absorption, okay, for preventing of pathological blood clots and stuff like that. So they still need the EFAs.
Okay, so but the fact that she's on blood thinner wouldn't be a problem.
No,
Uh,
just start her out with one EFA, just one.
Okay. Okay. Also, I didn't mention that she also has high blood pressure. Should she take the Ultimate Daily Classic tablet for that?
I would, yes, Ultimate Daily Classic. And
Okay.
if she weighs 90 pounds, I'd like her to have, I'd start her out with, since she's probably taking a lot of medication, I'd probably start her out with one of the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets twice a day. Start at one at
Twice a
breakfast, one at dinner time.
Okay.
Okay. And
Okay.
then after a week or so goes by, and there's nothing weird going on, you can go move it up to two twice a day.
Okay. Now, also, I was listening to archived Coast Show, and Ben was talking about, in my case, well, I have a hernia. So, I mean, he was saying that you had mentioned that pig snouts, pigtails, pig hooves are really the best way to rebuild connective tissue. And he mentioned about your pig pack, but I noticed there's none of that in there. So I wondered if you could comment on the difference, uh, what you might say about that.
You're talking about connective tissue. You're talking about and things like we have the glucogel, we have collagen peptides,
Okay.
we have all kinds of collagen products. Okay, and this collagen is the raw material to make cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, including skin, bone marrow, all kinds of stuff require these very specific nutrients. And so you need to provide them for everybody in the family.
But you wouldn't know anything about like the pig snouts or anything like that. I know there's dog treat.
Well, you have to appreciate that a pig snout has a lot of muscle in it, but it also has a lot of connective tissue, the little tendons and ligaments and things, which is a source of this connective tissue. You want to get a pig snout and have to tear it up and cook it and all that kind of stuff, or just take our product that is good enough that even little babies will take it.
Okay, so the MSM and the collagen, it wouldn't be necessary for the pig stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, your thesis in the Smithsonian, is there a summary of that in the epigenetics book? Is that something you said?
There it is. That's it. It's in the
Okay.
Smithsonian as a national treasure. Originally, it came out, I don't know, what, 25 years ago or more, and it sold for,
More than that.
I'm sorry?
Yes, it was longer than 25 years ago.
Okay, so say 40 years ago.
That blue book you're holding, that
And that book for
that's
10 years sold for $10,000. No, I take that back, $25,000 each. $25,000 each. Now you can get them for give or take a little bit of $1,000. If they're still in the wrapper, never been opened, you might have to pay $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 for them. But this is a national treasure because it went over, I don't know, like 20,000 autopsies of over 200 species of animals and humans. And it was like, holy moly, this was I don't know, $20 million grant. Okay. It was given to the National Institutes of Health to do the study. And I was blessed to be the one that they chose to be the pathologist on the project.
And then it was published, Dr. Wallach, in 1983. So that's what, 45 years ago?
Yeah, there you go.
And that book
No.
you're holding in your hand is,
41.
I could get
Yeah,
that.
that's it.
Get that?
Yeah, you can get them.
Okay.
Just go online and ask for that title. I want to get a book, Disease of Exotic Animals. So you might check the local libraries and check one out.
Okay. Okay, that's good enough. That's what I need today.
But you had asked, TC, you had asked about the summary. And yes, epigenetics
Epigenetics. Okay. All right.
is the summary.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. All right, Nina, go ahead and unmute yourself. Hello, you've been patiently waiting.
Hello, how are you? It's a pleasure, Dr. Wallach, to hear
Hello.
you and to see you. It's a real pleasure from so
Thank you.
far.
How can we help you?
The point is, I need your expert opinion in one subject. I have osteopenia and left bundle branch block of my heart. I am taking atenolol since 15 years ago. And about osteopenia, I heard the doctor in Latin America that he's saying that he suggests that not to take calcium supplements because calcium does not go to the bones, but can go to the brain, heart, or arteries with undesired effects.
Okay, let's stop there. Let's stop there. You need calcium. Okay, calcium is an essential nutrient. And how much do you weigh? What's your body weight?
I am 62. My weight is 150 and 5'25" feet.
Okay, so you're 5'2". Okay, so at 150 pounds, you need to get rid of all the bad stuff. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, no butter, rye, oats, no buckwheat, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. Even the diet one's got to go.
Yes.
And at 150 pounds, I want you to have 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. A full dose of everything at breakfast, full dose of everything at dinner time. Then I also want you to have our, let's see here. I want you to have our Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. Take 3 of those twice a day. That's 2 bottles a month. That's going to support healthy blood pressure and healthy blood flow into the brain, the heart. Very, very important here. Then we also need you to have the, let's see here. I would go with the, let's go with another collagen product. Let's go with the glucogel. You can go ahead and take 3 of those 3 times a day. Okay, and they'll regrow cartilage, ligaments, tendons, and connective tissue in your skin. The little tendons holding your heart valves, the sort of the basic core of your bones, including the skull. Okay, that's the glucogel. You'll need to get about 2 bottles a month to be able to take 3 twice or 3 times a day. And then call us every couple of weeks. And we're going to want to know if you want to, you can also take a little bit of extra calcium. I would go ahead with the, Becca, OsteoFX?
Well, OsteoFX, absolutely. That's in the brain and heart pack, Dr. Wallach. So we want to make sure that you're definitely getting the foundation. Now, Dr. Wallach, she said that her doctor said that calcium is not absorbed and it's harmful and it can cause problems in the arteries of the brain and the heart.
He's
That's
telling
nuts.
the
Sounds
if
like
we
that
want.
doctor needs to go back to
Sorry.
school.
Okay,
Yeah,
no, he's telling if I want the calcium to go to the bones, I have to take magnesium with lysine, and
Well,
in that way the osteopenia will disappear.
The Health and Brain and Heart Pack has all that in it.
Yes.
The Healthy
So
Brain and
the
Heart Pack has the magnesium, has the calcium, okay, has the vitamin D3. It has all that stuff in there. Has the
strontium and boron, the cofactors that calcium needs to actually be utilized in the body, they're all in that OsteoFX. So taking calcium all by itself, especially if it's in rock form, yeah, not beneficial, like your doctor's saying.
Is
But
there is not there any problem with the contraproducent? How can I say antagonist? Calcium with magnesium, for example.
it's all in the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack.
Yeah, they don't void each other. They don't fight against each other. They're helpful, but you want to have the right ratios also. And that's why I love the OsteoFX.
Okay, so nothing to do what is saying somewhere.
No, he's not familiar with our product. Okay, he's thinking very simply, like, are you just taking calcium? No, the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack has 215 nutrients in it. He probably can't count that high.
I'm not going to insult any doctor, Dr. Wallach, because they went through 8 years and had to take tests. So they do know something. They just didn't get enough in the realm of nutrition. Because if we don't have enough calcium in our diet, it pulls it out of the blood. I mean, pulls it out of the bones into the blood, and then we have weak bones.
and you have osteoporosis.
And so osteoporosis, what's the difference between osteoporosis and osteopenia?
Well, osteopenia is sort of the early stages of osteoporosis.
There, you've got it.
I
So
have this.
early stages, piece of cake. You've got this, Nina.
Okay, and is there any problem with the liver, for example, with all the supplements, 90 supplements? No problem?
No, the liver does 50 different things. It requires an enormous amount of nutrition. And so the liver loves the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. We could call it the Healthy Brain, Heart, Liver, Kidney, and Muscle Pack. You know, but it's just too many words.
Okay, okay.
And
Thank
the
you very
nice thing
much.
the nice thing about the nutrients that are in the Brain and Heart Pack are they're also detoxifiers that help to detoxify the liver so it can function better also.
Also, the liver is very important. Those 50 essential nutrients that it requires to do its job. One of the things that the liver does is it makes the myelin. It makes myelin, the white matter of the brain and the spinal cord, out of cholesterol. And so when your doctor says, don't take any eggs or don't eat any cholesterol, the liver can't do its job. And that's when you start getting the stuff going on in the brain and the spinal cord, because the white matter goes away. And the liver is one of the main manufacturers of the white matter of the brain and spinal cord, the myelin.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you,
Okay.
Nina.
Thank you very much to both. Great to
Learning
hear you.
opportunity.
Yeah, call
Thank
us in
you.
a couple of weeks and give us a progress report.
All right. Fantastic. Let's go to Jill, Dr. Wallach. Jill, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hi, Dr. Wallach, can you guys hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Uh-oh, I can't hear you. Hold on, I took my hands off. I gotta figure out. Can I hear you now?
I can hear you.
Yes.
Okay, now
Loud.
I can hear. I can hear now. All right, thank you. So I have a customer who has, I hope I can say it right, PEMFU Gold, PEMFUHGOYD, which apparently is supposed to be a very rare autoimmune disease. And I guess there's blisters all over the place, including the mouth. I have some idea what to recommend because it's autoimmune disease, but I'm curious what you recommend.
Okay. All right. Now, how much do they weigh and how old are they?
I don't have that information, Doc. I know I should, but I don't. It's preliminary at this point.
Okay. Well, when you have an autoimmune disease, you need to have the 90 essential nutrients. You need to stay away from all the bad stuff. Okay. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no gluten, no wheat, butter, iron, oats, no buckwheat, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. And they need the 90 essential nutrients minimum. Okay. And so we need some weight. We need a little more information, what major organ systems are involved. And so that will give us a better clue of what needs to be done.
I think it's the skin mostly at this point, and has extreme stress in her life. And I know because I checked it out on Google that stress is supposed to be a factor with it. But I think it's mostly the skin and blisters is what she has. I haven't met her, so I don't have that information yet.
Okay. Well, again, in addition to the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, let's say per 100 pounds of body weight, it's one Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. And then the skin, it needs the hair, skin, and nails. And also I would go with the collagen peptides. I would also go with the glucogel, which is the raw materials to make connective tissue, including the skin. And but don't forget the hair, skin, and nails. Per 100 pounds of body weight, you take 3 of those twice a day. And then, get more information, get back to us. We can be a little bit more specific. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Doc.
You bet.
All right. Thank you, Jill, for bringing that question to the table here in Daily with Doc. Dr. Wallach, it sounds like very painful condition. Does this causing large fluid-filled blisters develop in areas that often are flexed, such as the lower abdomen, upper thighs, armpits, and is most common in older adults. So definitely something we want to make sure that we have what the body needs to be able to do.
For the pain, they could use our CM cream. You know, if you have a little cluster of blisters in one place, put the CM cream around them, okay, on the skin. If they have it in a joint, to put, you know, above and below the joint. And if it's a closed blister, not open and draining, you can put some of little spots of CM cream on there and see if it helps reduce the swelling and discomfort. Okay. But,
All right, thank you. Let's go to Mark with his hand up. We are coming at close on time. Mark, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hi, hello. Can you hear me?
yes.
Yes, sir.
How are you, Dr. Wallach? It's a pleasure for me to be asking to you. You're
Yes,
a
sir.
legend to me.
Okay, how can we help you?
I'm 21 years old. I'm 6 feet, 6 foot tall, and I'm 128 pounds. So I'm having a lot of hair loss, extreme hair loss for my age, I assume, and I'm very underweight. I've been like this my whole life, and the hair loss has been like this for like 5 years. A lot of hair loss. So I don't know what to do.
I'm sorry, I'm missing what word you're saying. A lot of what?
Hair
Hair
loss.
loss.
Hair loss?
Hair
Yeah.
loss.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, again, none of the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, no barley, rye, oats, no buckwheat, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. Even the diet one's got to go. And then at 128 pounds, I'd take one healthy brain and heart pack a month, a half a dose twice a day. I would also take the Rebound or sports drink. Okay, take that 2-3 times a day, and instead of Coca-Cola and root beer and that kind of stuff. Okay, I like the ones, the powder that doesn't have any carbonation in it. Okay, the Rebound sports drink. We made it for Theo Ratliff, very famous basketball player. Okay, and so it works just used all over the world. Rebound, and then for the hair loss, I'd go ahead and use the hair, skin, and nails. Go ahead and take 3 of those 3 times a day. It'll be 3 bottles a month of the hair, skin, and nails. And again, give us a call every couple of weeks and let us know what's going on, and we'll be able to walk you through this.
Got it. And what do you think of fatty nutrients like vitamin D, A, E, K, by separately, like supplementing them separately?
Well, it's all in the hair, skin, and excuse me, it's all in the
Brain and heart pack.
it's all, yeah, it's all in the healthy brain and heart pack. So you don't have to buy extra like calcium. You don't have to buy any extra vitamin A. It's all in there.
Yeah. Yeah. And the tin is also there, right?
Say
The
again?
what?
The tin, like where you said about the Japanese study about hair loss, alopecia, the tin.
That would be copper, wouldn't it, Dr. Barlock?
Well, copper's in
Oh.
there also.
Or
He talked. I remember he talked about tin.
tin? Okay.
Oh, tin. Yeah, it's in there.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it,
If you want to, you can also take extra let's see here. It's one that has the herbs and the minerals, herbal rainforest. Okay. It's got like what, I don't know, 12, 15 different herbs in it and 75 minerals in there, including tin. You can go ahead. I take 2 ounces a day of that one. Take an ounce at breakfast, ounce at dinner time, along with all my other stuff. It's a liquid, it's clear.
Okay.
okay, so it's not taking extra tin, it's making sure you don't have too much tin in the system. Is that
Okay.
Yeah. But if you take too much tin, you're going to become a tin soldier.
tin soldier, tin man?
Okay. That's not so good.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
we
I've
want
never, all these years I've been using these products. I've never had anybody with hair analyses and all this kind of stuff. I've never seen anybody with too much tin.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, thank you very much, doctor.
Okay.
I
Let's
appreciate
hear
your
from you.
advice a lot.
Yeah. very kind, but let's hear from you, say every couple of weeks, let us know what's going on, okay?
Yeah, no problem. Thank you very much.
Yeah, don't wait a year. Call us every 2 weeks.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Thank you so much, Mark. And thank you, everybody, for joining us here on Daily with Doc. If I could get my co-hosts up with me on the screen, you know, we are a team and we're just a small team within a very large community of amazing folks. Dr. Wallach has started this crusade, the 90 for Life crusade, to save humanity and the world. And we are excited and honored to be able to be on this crusade with you, Dr. Wallach.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. We're a family, and it takes an army to win a war. And so we can't thank you enough for, increasing the number of people who are involved with us and taking this information out there forward so we can save as many as possible.
Absolutely, Doc. And folks, if you have ever thought of joining in or even dipping your toes into the field of health and wellness, make sure that you reach out to us. Let us help you get the information needed in order to be able to make those empowered decisions like Dr. Wallach has put together in his formulas based on real research, not just of animals, because he did a lot of autopsies on animals, but he also did autopsies on a lot of humans. He was able to connect the dots when there were nutrient deficiencies or too much, an abundance of certain trace nutrients or macronutrients, micronutrients, whatever term you want to use. When there was too little, there was disease. When there was too much, there was dis-ease. And that's where he has come up with the 90 essential nutrients, mixing those 60 important essential minerals, 12 amino acids, 16 vitamins, 3 essential fatty acids. And he's made it super simple for us by putting them in our healthy body pack. When we have things going on already that have to do with circulation, soft tissue, there's the brain and heart pack. When we have things going on that deal with connective tissue and bones, there's the brain and heart pack. When we have things that affect our digestive systems with poor digestion, or things that are affecting the immune system with the conditions that are said to be autoimmune, we've got the Healthy Body Digestion Pack. When we have things that are associated with blood sugar, whether it's too much or too less, they've put together the Healthy Body Blood Sugar Pack. And for those of you who are athletes and using your body to its optimal limits, you've got the Athletic Pack that adds those extra nutrients, which I think would be good for all of us, actually. And they've made it easy. So get back with the person that shared this program with you. If there is no one to thank, you can go to DailywithDoc.com. You can even look up what should I take, and it goes through a breakdown of the different packages, and you can make a choice that best fits you. Or better yet, you don't know what to take, you can call our call team. Again, this is for the people that are not already working with somebody, but call our call team of certified holistic health coaches at 855-949-3377, 855-949-3377, or go to our website and contact us, or questions at DailywithDoc.com. Now, for those of you who are using social media and all the different platforms to listen to our program, I am hosting a giveaway for those who share our program and help us to spread the message. Go to DWD, that's short for Daily with Doc, giveaway, DWDgiveaway.com, and register for our giveaway. And then as you are on the different social media platforms or listening podcast platforms, we will double check and verify that we do see you there as somebody that has shared the information or have subscribed, and you earn points then. Those with the most points are the winners. So it's not a participation point where everybody gets a, a participation medal. We actually show even more gratitude for those that are actually taking the effort and making sure that others get this information as well. So DWDgiveaway.com. And I just want to do a special shout out for my co-hosts that I have on with me today. We have Marilyn, like I mentioned in the program. If you're here live with us, you get to see the chat and all the dictation that she does in the chat. She does a fantastic job. We've got Albert. He's helping to let people in and keep track of cameras, making sure that everybody's on their best behavior. And we have AJ, who is out watching the different platforms, making sure the streams are going smooth and steady, and bringing in questions from the audience. I just want to do a special shout out for those who are also watching on Roku TV, Apple TV, Fire TV. And if you aren't watching us there yet, we are there. You can actually binge watch us now. So Daily with Doc, look us up. Thank you so much for joining us here today. My name is Becca Dukes, and I am honored to be a guide on this thing called life and using my own life experiences to help others. So until next time, bye for now.